Welcome to the Untitled Side Channel Pub Quiz, renamed from the Fact Fiend Pub Quiz, because it's on the side channel. But it's not going to be any different from the previous pub quizzes. It's going to be exactly the same. Well, obviously with a different final round, but that's part of the format. So technically it's the same, even though it's different. So I am going to be hosting, obviously, because I'm the one who did the intro, and because I won the previous one. So I'm currently 2 victories against Nisha and Lucas's 1. So whoever wins this...
No, I've never won.
Have you never won?
Because I started this.
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I won, then Nisha won mine, and then I won Nisha's. Oh, well, Lucas, you got to catch up and get 1. Same as last time, there'll be 10 questions, general knowledge questions of a variety of different topics. And then there'll be a comeback round, which is what we call the bonus round at the end, which allows the person who has done worse in the quiz to try and gain more points. And hopefully, if it's designed right, there should be a jostle for the victory. Mm. So, both of you, do you have your pens and papers at the ready? Anybody watching, if you'd like to join in, let us know in the comments what your score is from this pub quiz. So,
and definitely don't lie.
Yes, definitely don't lie, or just say that you got every single question right. Question 1. What is the highest mountain in the UK? This is the UK, the United Kingdom, which includes England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. As always, I worry every single time I make one of these quizzes that all the answers are going to be wrong, even though I've double-checked every single one. Okay, show me your answers.
Oh, I'm already scared.
What does yours say, Nisha?
Everest.
Definitely not in the UK.
I don't know where it is.
The answer is Ben Nevis.
Oh, okay,
it's that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Do I get points for being in the right country? Well, no.
I thought of it, and I was like,
right
that's probably not in the
country,
UK, but it's the only name I can think of, so fuck it.
Question 2. Who voiced Hiccup in the How to Train Your Dragon movie series?
Oh,
and I know this one's annoying because I know you've both seen it, and I know you both know who he is.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember his name when I made the question.
It's the person whose name I always forget.
He was also in The Sorcerer's Apprentice, if that helps anyone.
I've seen him in 2 other films as well. I know exactly who he is. What's his name?
I knew this would annoy everyone. I'm gonna have to rush you.
His name best not be Ben Nevis.
Benjamin Nevis.
I know I've got it wrong. I just thought I'd write something that sounded vaguely,
okay,
possibly similar.
Show me your answers.
Do you have to get the full name? Do you have to get the full name?
I guess we'll find out. You cheating something?
I've gone with Josh Bechamel, as in like bechamel sauce.
The thing is, Lucas is clearly vaguely remembering the name. The actor's name is Jay Baruchel.
Oh my god, no!
Baruchel.
So Lucas, it's
I
there,
knew it was started with a J, and it was that's what Bechamel Baruchel.
Bechamel.
I was like, I know it's that sound, but I was like, I'm just gonna write Bechamel like the sauce because I can't think of his actual name.
Okay, so we're currently at 0-0. Let's see if you do better with question 3. What is the name of the bone on the front of the ribcage? So I'm looking for the bone which runs down here in the middle of the ribcage at the front. Nisha's just sorting through that filing cabinet of her brain.
And I have confidently probably written down the wrong answer.
The best thing is when someone writes down an answer with confidence and it's wrong. It's not looking good so far, is it? Brad's pub quiz.
I'm feeling slightly more confident than Nisha is.
At least you've got a bone down. Show me your answers. We have sternum and we have an upside down smiley face. The correct answer is sternum.
Yeah.
1 point to Lucas.
As soon as I saw his answer, I was like, that's correct.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it is, but I was like, am I going to get this wrong? And it's like in the neck or something.
I recently went back through to remember all the names of the bones, like at least the common bones, because
she wanted to get bonely.
I did. That's because I'd forgotten all of them pretty much. Like I did completely forgot the name of this bone. Anyone? Name of this bone here? Top of your arm?
Tibia?
Nope, that's down here. No, wait, that's in your leg. No, that's in your leg. This is
the leg.
It's radius and ulna. Tibia and fibula are in your leg. What's this one?
Oh, they're like ones, right? Okay.
Anyone remember?
Humorous.
Humorous, yeah. Wow, it's a good job. It's
Why you
a shame
that one?
It's a shame I didn't give you that one. Let's move on to the next question. Which musician famously lived in Graceland? Famously lived in Graceland.
Look, obviously not famously to me.
If you need a small hint for both of you, it is mentioned in the song "Walking in Memphis."
I know the chorus of that song.
A musician that famously lived in Graceland. I guess if you don't know, guess a famous musician.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put a name down.
Is it Jeremy Renner?
You're the main attraction. Reveal your answers. We have Prince and Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley is the correct answer.
Yay!
I think I have to cover my face for it.
He's just had a medicine
at
delivered.
first, the reason I've got something scribbled out because I was like, "Oh, Michael Jackson." I was like, "No, he lived in another like
Neverland.
That was the
Right,
name
yeah.
I thought of, and I was like, "That's not right." I'm just gonna blame my lack of winning on me being ill.
Yeah, Lucas has an inherent advantage because you're not feeling well. Question 5. What happened to the crew of the Mary Celeste?
Why are you doing this to me? I don't know any of these answers.
Very famous ship.
Well, you say that like I
I've
should
never heard
know,
of
and I
this.
don't know.
If you don't know, just write it.
Well, right, I don't
taking
know.
a wild swing in the dark.
What happened to the crew of the Mary Celeste? Often written Marie Celeste as well. Show your answers. They disappeared at sea. The answer is we don't know, but that is what happened. The ship was out at sea and the crew disappeared.
Yes.
So you both get the answer.
Yeah, I actually get one.
It's one of the ghost ship legends of the Mary Celeste. She sailed out, and then when she was found, there was no crew.
The
And
only thing
nobody knows
that
what
triggered
happened.
in my
Weird, I know.
brain was like, "Oh, I played Celeste."
Should have played the Obra Dinn. That'd have given you the clue. Question 6. Axel, Judy, and Johnny are characters who appear in which video game franchise?
Lucas is gonna get this one.
You should also get this one.
Me? Why is it something we've all played together or something?
I'm waiting for the light switch to come on. I think the illness is definitely affecting you today.
Oh, why was it? Some brain fog or something.
It's not happening apparently.
You just have to write down a game then, and you're going to kick yourself when it comes up.
Well, it's obviously, it must be a game I've played.
It is a game you've played.
Yep, almost certainly.
Oh, for God's sake, I've got it.
Spyro the Dragon!
Got it.
And show me your answers. Yep, the answer is, of course, Guitar Hero. I told you
I
you'd
just
kick
saw-
yourself.
I saw
Well, at least
Axel
I got it.
At least
straight
you
away.
remember, yeah.
Straight away with Axel because it's meant to be like the parody of Axel Rose.
Yeah.
And there's Judy Nails.
Judy Nails, yeah.
And
I don't remember who Johnny was.
Johnny.
Johnny Napalm.
Ah, that sounds familiar, yeah. Okay, we're currently at 4 to Lucas and 2 to Nisha. So, still all to play for. Question 7. In the Charmed series, what kind of magical being is Leo Wyatt? One of the main characters in every season. I'm looking for the magical being that Leo was for the majority of the show. At one point he was an elder, at one point he was a mortal. But what was his main magical being? But if none of you have seen Charmed, I don't think you'll get this, because it's a made-up word in Charmed.
Oh. It's
Wait,
a made up
what?
word. How are we supposed to get it if it's a made up
I
word?
can't
Because-
even take a guess then.
Alright, well, seeing as neither of you just seen it, the clue I'm going to give you is, it's not like literally a made-up word, it's 2 other words put together. I just assumed that somebody had seen Charmed.
Well, clearly it's not.
I used to love Charmed. Best character, Cole, fight me. Okay, show your answers. Griffin? Wizard what?
Well,
together.
I went with like a griffin is part lion, Leo, I thought that's what the play was going, you know. And
so
then you were like, oh no, it's a made-up word from Charmed.
So Leo is the guardian angel of the witches. They're known as white lighters.
Of course they are. Yeah. Sure. I think Griffin is more a sensible guess than White Lighter.
I would like to point out in a quiz that if you don't know an answer, having a go at the quizmaster, it's your gap in knowledge. It's not my quiz.
Yeah, but for Charmed.
Charmed was an extremely popular show that ran for 8 seasons.
In Brad's house.
That ran for 8 seasons. Watch Charmed. Charmed is a great show.
Don't watch Charmed.
Anyway, let's go to question 8. In Cluedo, which character is represented by the yellow piece?
Play this.
Fucking White Lighter.
I don't know. I'm just thinking Monopoly pieces.
I'm honestly surprised that neither of you watched Charmed.
I had a life. I say that, I was busy playing Pokemon.
No, what tends to happen when I talk to people about Charmed is that they say that they watched Buffy instead. So I think they aired at a similar time.
Well, yeah, then I was definitely watching Buffy.
I watched
Fucking
Buffy.
hell. What kind of childhood did you have where you watched Charmed instead of Buffy?
I had a great childhood where I got to watch Charmed. Charmed was a great show. Do either of you play Cluedo?
No.
Yes.
Okay, Lucas looks confident.
I'll be disappointed.
I'm just putting a character. Okay, I've got a character.
Okay, show me your answers. We have Colonel Mustard and the Butler. The answer's Colonel Mustard.
They're all themed around the colour, so it's like
Professor Plum,
Mrs. White,
Miss
Professor
Scarlet.
Plum, like Miss Scarlet, yeah. So each name is like each surname is a colour or something associated with a colour, like.
Okay, question 9. The score is 5 to Lucas, 2 to Nisha. So if Nisha gets the next 2 correct, then there'll only be 1 point in it for the bonus round. Question 9. Dr. Gregory House is based on which famous literary character? Dr. Gregory House, the main character in the show House MD, is based on a famous literary character. That's a character that appears in books. Just see Nisha just getting more and more frustrated. Well, I mean, Lucas was due a win. I'd love it though if Lucas does really well.
There's still round 2 though. I'm scared.
If the comeback round, because the comeback round isn't really going to be knowledge based. It's going to be well, you'll see.
Mm-hmm. Don't ruin it for me.
I won't ruin it. Do you both have an answer?
I don't know. I have no words. I've just got house.
Robot
house.
I guess just write down a famous character from books. I like Nisha. She makes these quizzes really fun.
I've just put a name down. I'm thinking that was a book, wasn't it? That was a book.
Well, have you written something then?
I've written something.
I'm gonna say right now, I'm pretty sure you don't have it right if you're questioning whether or not the person you've written down is actually a character.
It's a character.
Show your answers.
I just know it film.
So we've got Willy Wonka. You're asking if Willy Wonka's a character?
No, book. I know it's a character.
Sherlock Holmes. House Holmes.
Yeah, I thought so. I was like, clever. They're both like extremely clever people, and it's like, what's another word?
So they
like
both use inductive reasoning to solve puzzles. They're both massive drug addicts. They both have a companion. There's obviously John Watson is Holmes. James Wilson, I think he's called, is House's companion.
See, I've not seen House.
But
like,
they also House also lives in I think 221B Baker Street. I think it's the address. But he lives in the same address Sherlock Holmes did.
Yeah, I knew Willy Wonka is a character. I just wasn't sure if there was.
Yes,
it was a book.
Charlie
it was
the
based on a
Chocolate
book.
Factory.
Yeah, it is because it's based on.
Oh man, House would have been a very different series if he was based on Willy Wonka.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but the film was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
So the original book by Roald Dahl is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
That's it, Roald Dahl.
Yeah.
So I was like, who wrote it?
Then Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was the name of the one with Gene Wilder. But then the one they did with Johnny Depp was called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and was meant to be truer to the original source material. Okay, so we're on to question 10. Sorry, Lucas got that one correct, didn't he?
Yes, I did.
No.
Just put a hole in my fucking page.
Fuck you, Nisha. I deserve a win. Well, I don't deserve a win. I want to win.
Which Apollo 11 astronaut didn't walk on the moon?
Fuck's sake.
There were 3 men on the Apollo mission.
Yeah, I never remember the third name.
Neil
They
Armstrong.
must be the most forgotten man
Buzz
in history.
Aldrin. And who else?
Fuck-a-doodle-doo.
I always remember this man's name because I think that this man deserves to be known.
I agree. And I've learnt the name before and forgotten, and it's really mean because that person also went to the fake LA studio of the moon. Okay, I have an answer.
You have an answer. Do you both have an answer written down?
I do. I know it's not right because I know
mine's not right.
Well, show me. Let's see if anyone gets close. Luna Love. Yuri Gagarin is actually obviously he was a spaceman, but he wasn't part of the mission. But
it's not the right.
At least you got at least you got an astronaut.
Luna.
Yeah, I just know that from a Fact Me video.
I think Yuri Gagarin was the first man in space, right?
Yeah.
The correct answer is Michael Collins.
See, he does have a less memorable name.
Yeah. Remember Michael Collins.
You remember Armstrong and you remember Buzz. But Michael Collins are both very normal names.
So Michael Collins was in I think it was called Columbia, the name of the shuttle, the part that orbited the moon, while Neil and Buzz were on the surface. And he was the one who, he did a lap of the moon. One of the only people to have gone round, obviously, the dark side of the moon. And there's a famous photograph, I think, that it was him that took.
As the dark side
so, like,
I'm trying to impart knowledge.
How did they fake the dark side of the moon?
They just put a blanket over it.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to head through to the comeback round now. The scores currently stand, Lucas 6, Nisha 2. However, this comeback round has a lot of potential for the scores to go all over the place. We're playing Brad's comeback round. Oh, snap! The way this is going to work.
Snap.
No, don't make me deduct points from you. Each round, I'll be asking you simply a basic question. I would like you to give me something. In front of me, I have written down 3 things in that category. If you happen to get the same that I have on my cards, you get a point.
So we're playing Family Feud, but you were the only person surveyed.
Yes. However,
okay.
If it turns out that you have both put the same answer, whoever has the most points loses a point. As always, the person who is in last place, in Nisha, will be going first. The first question, name any movie featuring Jim Carrey. But what I will say is, I'm not being an arsehole here. I'm writing down well-known answers for these questions. So I'm not going with some fucking obscure thing that no one's ever seen. So, Nisha, reveal. Nisha. Snap!
Yay!
And snap.
Oh! which means Nisha
God
gains 1 point and Lucas loses 1 point.
Fucking new Brad right brings all mine. God damn it, Nisha.
Yay.
Scores are now 5-3. The other ones you could have had were The Mask and Liar Liar.
I was going to put The Mask first.
I also noticed for some reason my webcam is reversed because it's me, so it's quite hard for me to hold up things. Next category. Name any breakfast food. Once again, Nisha is first, being on the least points.
So are we talking like a category of breakfast food, or are we going as like specific as a brand?
I've gone with categories.
So like a type of food for breakfast.
Yeah, more so than I haven't named like a specific brand of thing.
Okay.
I've just named something that people would say I had this for breakfast. And I will be quite lenient. If you've put something that's a variation of what I've written, then I will just give you it. I'm not going to be an arsehole. Reveal. Toast. I do not have toast. Lucas.
Well, I nearly wrote toast, but instead, I wrote down cereal.
Cereal. Lucas. Snap.
I thought it'd be like... I was going to put that, and I was like, nah, it's too obvious.
The other ones I wrote down were bacon and croissant.
Croissant?
Ooh, croissant was my second option.
Bonus 3. Name any alcoholic beverage. Nisha. Reveal. I do not have rum.
I do.
Oh, which means Lucas loses a point.
Oh, shit.
You could have had whiskey.
Nisha's going to write beer.
Or vodka.
Oh, okay.
I like how often you two are snapping. That's quite interesting. Right.
Snap.
Bonus 4. Name any type of hat. Reveal. I do not have Beanie.
Well, fuck you then.
Lucas?
Do you have cap/snapback?
Snap!
There we go.
I have
Got cap. No cap on that one.
The other options were beret and fedora.
I like how you went, like, these are going to be relatively popular. Went for beret over beanie.
Beret, famous,
Yeah, Brad.
famous hat.
It is a famous hat. Like, if you put, top hat, it's like, it's not a common hat, but it's a well-known hat.
Hey, we're back to 6 to Lucas and 3 to Nisha. Next round, name any aquatic animal. I like that some of these categories are a lot broader than others as well, which I find really fun. Because it could be anything. Are you both ready? Nisha, reveal. I don't have dolphin.
I did, again, nearly snapped with Nisha and went, I'm going to put dolphin, and I went, no, Nisha might put dolphin, and changed my answer to a little penguin.
I do not have penguin.
God damn it, why?
You could have had shark.
These aquatic mammals and birds, they
Stingray?
need their due.
Or jellyfish. I thought one of you was going to put shark.
But dolphins
thought
and
wrong.
penguins are cuter than sharks.
This next one's going to be very interesting. Name any
Sure.
PS2 game.
Okay,
Oh
are
my
you accepting,
God.
like, franchise of game?
You know what? I'll let you. I will. I'll let you have the franchise. Have you both written one?
Yeah.
I have.
Don't know if you
Nisha.
would have written it though.
Reveal.
I don't think you would have written it.
Snap.
Oh my god, you have! Yes.
San Andreas is the most popular PS2 game, so I wrote that one down.
It's a good thing I didn't write that one
Oh, I
down.
still love that one.
I went with Metal Gear Solid 2.
I do not have Metal Gear Solid. I
Okay.
went with Silent Hill 2
Ah, that was my first!
and
That's the one that I
Simpsons
changed
Hit
from.
and Run.
Oh, yeah.
I started writing, like, my E as an S, and then went, no, I'm going to change it to something a bit more popular than Silent Hill and go Metal Gear.
Okay, the scores are now 6-4. Still only 2 points in it. One round could do this. Name any song by the Beatles. I know Lucas is a big Beatles fan. I know Nisha's a fan of
I mean, I grew
music.
up in Liverpool, you don't get a choice.
Nisha's a fan of music from that era, so...
Am I?
thought you and your mum were, like, 60s, 70s fans.
Mum's an 80s pop.
I was going to say
music
more like
fan.
80s.
I mean,
She
you
never
know,
listened
the
to
thing
it. She
is...
never listened to Beatles.
But you
never.
do, but you know some Beatles songs, though, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think which one you would put down.
That's the game, isn't it? What did Brad write?
I'm just thinking of one. It's like that is definitely a Beatles song, right?
I often have that
Oh,
because there's a
God.
lot of songs by the Beatles that I don't attribute to the Beatles because I've only ever heard them in passing. And so when I hear it, someone's like, oh, it's the Beatles. I'm like, oh, I know this song.
Swear to God, if you put Yellow Submarine, I may kill you.
I think that's a Beatles song.
Okay, Nisha,
Anyway.
reveal. Snap.
Yay!
One of the more well-known ones.
And one of them's Yellow Submarine, so I wonder if I can get number 3.
I do not have help.
You don't have help.
I've got A Hard Day's Night,
Okay.
and I've got
I forgot
Yesterday.
about that one.
Okay, so
So
we're
there's
on...
1 point left between us.
It is 6-5. We're now on bonus round 8. Name any superhero from the MCU. No one's going to have any problems naming superheroes here, just which ones did Brad write down? Would I have been
See if I
mean
can
and
still-
chosen some of the lesser known ones?
See if
the
I
less
can still be
popular
friends
ones?
with you anymore after this, Brad.
Nisha, you ready? Mm-hmm. Reveal. I didn't choose
'cause-
Hawkeye.
Not Jeremy.
Jeremy Renner! Poor Renner!
That's disgraceful, bro.
Lucas?
Did you pick the true OG?
Of course I picked the OG.
Thank God. Thank God. I know he's not the OG in terms
It's
of
just
like,
so
actual Marvel
annoying.
characters.
Jeremy Renner, wasn't it?
Your love for Jeremy Renner, you didn't pick Hawkeye.
Yeah, as a musician, not as a superhero.
Very true.
I see. I see.
This next one's going to be interesting. So scores are currently 7-5. It's been so close all the way. Name any non-fictional language. That's any language that is written or spoken. Oh shit.
Language.
Considering that I'm doing this inside Photoshop, I'll just fix that. Yeah, name any non-fictional language. Any language that is written or spoken in the real world, can be a classical language or a modern language.
So no Klingon?
No.
No Dothraki?
No. Although some people probably do speak those now, don't they?
I don't actually
People
know
have been speaking
any...
Klingon for a long time.
You don't know any languages?
In non-fictional,
You're
said...
speaking one right now.
Wait, that's the way you've worded it.
Non-fictional.
Non-fictional, as in real languages.
Alright, for some reason I thought made up. Oh my god. Blame my illness.
There's Lucas like, so we can't have Dothraki, we can't have Klingon, and he's just like, well, they're real, aren't they?
In my mind, I read it as fictional, not non-fictional.
Rather
than I was, soz.
Nisha's like, I can't think of any language spoken on planet Earth.
Oh no. What do they speak in Japan? What do they speak in Sweden? Oh.
That's a good question, though. What do they speak in Sweden?
Swedish.
But, like, what's the primary language and what's the secondary languages?
The primary is
Swedish. A lot of European countries speak, like, 4 different languages.
I think in Sweden, primary is Swedish and secondary will be English.
So the fact you don't know the answer...
Well, no, primary is definitely Swedish.
Do we know that?
I would
Is
assume.
German just randomly taken over? We don't know.
You know what? I don't 100% know. Okay, Nisha, reveal. I didn't pick Italian. I'm sorry. You look so sad. I'm sorry. Lucas?
I'm just waiting for one spoken by many people.
I did not pick Chinese. I was going to put Mandarin, but...
Well, I mean, I would assume, like, Chinese would count towards
we
Mandarin
have
Chinese.
German, French, and in case anybody wanted to be tricksy, Latin. We are on the final question now. There is a gap of 2. If Nisha gets one of these correct and Lucas has picked the same one...
We all have to get the same answer here.
And considering that there's over 100 to choose from in this next category, we'll just have to see. Name any element on the periodic table.
Are we being asked for symbol or are we being asked for name?
No, name. I mean, Lucas could just have won this by naming an element. I definitely wouldn't.
Yeah,
have
I have played the game genuinely and not tried to game the system. I haven't just written down like unobtainium and tried to take the L.
Just rhenium.
Yeah.
Neodymium. There's antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, and hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, iridium, and nickel, neodymium, tritium, germanium, and iron, everything, ruthenium, uranium. Nisha, if you've written one down. Reveal. I don't have nitrogen. Lucas?
No, I don't have nitrogen either. I have brought some neon with me.
You two went... well, I guess nature didn't, because nitrogen is one of the more abundant gases we have. But I went with 3 that I honestly thought that you guys might have gone for. I just went oxygen. The classic.
Helium,
I went
hydrogen.
with iron.
Oh, okay.
And I went with gold. That means Lucas has won his first pub quiz.
Yay!
Against an unwell Nisha. So, you know, take that victory as you want it.
I think, to be fair, even if I was well, I'd still do as poorly.
I think the kind of things that interest me tend to be because I ask a lot of questions that nobody seems to know anything about. I think,
like fucking Charmed.
Charmed is... loads of people, everybody in the comments, back me up. Charmed is worth watching. It's a great show.
But would have anyone in the comments watched it if the choice was Charmed or Buffy?
I mean, to be fair, I didn't get a choice.
That's the more important question.
Charmed was just on because my mum watched it.
If you're going to bring up, like, oh no, I watched Charmed instead of Buffy, like all the losers, I'm gonna bring you to that. So, all of these Charmed defenders in the comments, if it was a choice of Charmed or Buffy,
Just because one may have been more popular, though, is it? I'm curious, which one's reviewed better, Buffy or Charmed?
I mean, clearly Buffy, because regardless of how good Buffy was, Charmed was shit.
What is it, Lucas, with you saying that anything that I like is shit?
I'm really salty that you just brought up like this fucking random 90s show and asked us for a fictional term from it.
There's no different from any other pub quizzes where they'll ask you for like the name of a main character in a film.
Yeah, but they'll normally pick like Star Wars.
If anybody had seen any episode of Charmed, they would know what a white lighter is. That's not a difficult question. It's only a difficult question It's only a difficult question because you've not watched the show.
But many people
like,
haven't
for example,
watched
you could ask me a question about Buffy. I've not watched Buffy. So I might not...
what does she slay?
That's not... If I'd said...
That's too easy.
No.
What does she slay?
What does she slay? The guitar. Right, anyway, thank you for joining us for the pub quiz. Let us know in the comments how well you did. And obviously help us settle this debate. Is Lucas correct in trying to argue that it's unfair for me to ask a question about Charmed?
I'm just saying, go with something a little less fucking specific.
That's not specific at all. It's the name of one of the most primary, like...
No, I mean the show Charmed.
That Charmed, I could have picked any other...
Nobody watched it, Brad.
But I also picked House MD and you're not complaining about that. I'm standing up for Charmed here. Charmed is definitely more popular than you're giving it credit for.
I'm just salty because I got an answer.
You won the quiz, shut up.
You won it, it's fine.
Don't hear Nisha complaining.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about like how the fuck did I not realise the language thing was, it said, even though it said non-fictional, my brain was just like fake languages.
I mean, I'm still stuck on you. I'm still stuck on you saying Everest was in the UK.
Yeah,
it's just not your day.
Cut that out. Cut that one out.
Cut that question out. Thank you, everybody. Been a pleasure.